Hello, hello. I'm Jon Binnie. Welcome. I'm your spiritual psychic mentor here in Bonnie, Scotland. And it's a pleasure to have you join me today as we explore the latest messages from Gaia, spirit guides, Galactic Federation, and the sun itself. And excited to take you through these messages and predictions for the next 3 months and setting the intention. We're now on the 7th of August, so still within the Lion's Gate, just coming up on 8/8 tomorrow. And I'd like to put the scope to be about the next 3 months, so around the 7th of October. So excited to, is that right? August, September, October, November. So it'll be the 7th of November. So thank you so much for all your lovely, kind comments, love, and support. In case you don't make it to the end of the video, please do come along to our live stream. So I go live every Monday and Thursday doing quantum psychic readings, clearings, predictions. And if you have a request about what's going on in your life personally, yourself, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your street, your home, your town, then come along and put in a request, and they're free of charge. And myself and the wonderful Viviane Heller, one of my students, clients, and dear friends, we work together through your requests and get through, randomly picking them and get through as many as we can in the 2 hours. So that, just go to the live page on my YouTube channel, and the times are the same for Mondays and Thursdays, and that is 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, and 4:30 p.m. UK time. I had to think there for a minute. And yeah, so excited to take you through today's messages. And as always, let's begin with a safe space. And thank you so much for everyone, over 700 of you that have signed up for my free 14-day Spirit Guide Meditation Challenge. And that's on my website. It's on the homepage with Getting Started with Jon. And it's a great way to the purpose is to get you to start to develop your own regular practice. And you can just listen to these meditations. You can put them on just before you go to sleep, or you can sit calmly in a nice safe space and work through it with me. They're very much guided meditations to help you through your journey. So they don't require really any prior meditation practice or experience. You'll also see on my website, there's also over 30 free mindful meditation videos. And there, I qualified as a mindfulness meditation teacher in 2020. Well, the qualification was 2024. So yeah, feel free to check out those as well. They're all a great way to get started. Okay. So let's begin with our safe space, and to do so, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out what no longer serves, our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves you, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And focus your attention on the center of your heart, where your golden divine spark of your soul enters your human form. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light upwards, all the way up through the sky and up through the stars, all the way up to the highest frequency and dimension of this universe. And there, connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of source of love. Feeling that oneness, unity, and unconditional love, remain connected into source, and extend your light cord down to the stars and sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now this time, from the center of your heart, extend your cord of light downwards, down through the root of your spine and deep into the earth, all the way down through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart, her fifth dimensional heart. We send Mother Gaia so much love at this time and allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord back up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now from the center of your heart, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, expand out your golden light to surround you about 2 meters out, to each side, above and below, and in front and behind you. And set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into your safe space, invite in your spirit guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. And ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, and protection, and assistance with the integration of today's messages. And please take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth as I create a safe space around all of us. Inviting in my guides, my higher self, my ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source and Gaia, for guidance, clearing, healing, protection, self-love, and intuition. Also inviting in our moon, Luna, and also Sol, our sun, this beautiful Ra energy. Fantastic. And today I'd like to help everyone that connects with today's video and who's drawn to it energetically with messages from Gaia, my spirit guides, the Sun, the Galactic Federation, all of which who've been giving me powerful messages today already. And I'd like to focus these intentions now. And if we get a bit of time at the end to answer some of your questions as well. Okay, thank you. So let's take a moment to, first of all, connect with Mother Gaia. And you can do this with me. So with your hand on your heart, remembering that beautiful golden light in the center of your heart, encourage your heart to open up like the petals of a rose, opening up to the sun, opening up to the breeze, reminding your heart, it's safe now. Heart, it's safe. Heart, it's safe to open. Remembering you're in a perfectly safe space that you've created. This energetic space around you. It doesn't just affect your energy, it affects all of your reality around you. Okay, good. And now from the center of your heart, reminding you of that cord, you reach down through your lower chakras, through your solar plexus, sacral and root chakra, and deep into the earth. And as you connect down into Mother Gaia, let's ask Mother Gaia for messages at this time. First of all, Mother Gaia says that she feels us. She feels us reconnecting. And she's celebrating this, celebrating more and more reconnections. She's asking me if she can channel through me. I feel I'm like feel like I'm on stage and I can't just say no. I'm too tired or I've got a busy day. I would say no if I didn't have the energy. I do right now. I will need some water. Hang on a second. Okay. So just asking Mother Gaia to step into me for messages, to express messages for the highest good of all. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome back to Mother Earth. Welcome to your planet. Welcome to your home. I welcome you. I re-welcome you because I feel you. You are my children returning home. Simply bringing your awareness more and more each day to me, to the spirit, the soul of Mother Earth, me, Mother Gaia. Bringing your attention to the earth itself, my body, and all the ecosystems that flow around me. Become aware of your part within this. Become aware of you being a child of the earth and a child of nature. I am Mother Nature, and you are the child of me. And I'd like you to remember that this is indeed a turbulent time. That feeling when you first step onto a roller coaster or a ride of some kind. You do know that the ride will come to an end at some point. And you know in your heart that at some points you'll feel scared. You'll feel like you have to let go of control, or you'll be forced to let go of control. And yet the ride comes to an end. And at the end, you feel relieved and excited. Perhaps some of you may even try the ride again. This ride is the journey of Mother Earth and of all of humanity and every living thing at this time. This is absolutely a roller coaster. But it is not a roller coaster if you choose it to be an unhappy ending. Each of you have a choice. I, Mother Gaia, have created a home for all of you. None of you will lose a planet as a home. You can choose from my lower vibration third dimension, or connect and break through your fear, greed, lack, your division as a human race. You can break through these fears and low vibration feelings, never ignoring them, always challenging them, building the courage within yourself to face them. And as you do, you earn yourself the right with your higher vibration to access fourth and fifth dimensional earth. Many of you are already dreaming in the fourth dimension, those dreams that are so real, those dreams that feel like you're really quite busy at night. This is them. You are there. You are experiencing this energetic form of Mother Earth. Also, the fifth dimensional earth exists, where you can be both in body, mind, and heart, and yet more in a far more flexible and dreamlike heaven on earth experience. This is what lies ahead for many of you as you work through this roller coaster ride. You can choose. You all get to choose, and no soul is left behind. I feel you reconnecting. I feel you reconnecting every day. Touching your bare feet on the ground, I sense your energy. Remembering the planet that you're on. Remembering in your important decisions throughout your day, what effect, you ask yourself, what effect will this have on the planet Earth? And know that Jon is not perfect. Jon does not always make decisions that are in the highest good of planet Earth. For example, the products he buys for his motorhome, they're not always in the highest good of all. But he is helping lead by example of acknowledging that there are things in this life greater than the products we buy or even the homes that we choose to settle in. And that is our planet, and that is humanity, and that is every living thing on this earth. It's an opportunity for all of us to reconnect with our homes. And over time, decision by decision, present moment by present moment, continue to make small changes that globally make a significant transformation. Please continue to release your energy, your negative energy, into Mother Earth. This is part of the cycle. Can you see the rain clouds, those dark, heavy storm clouds filled with negative energy? These fall to the ground. Why do I invite this negative energy down to the earth? It's because it is my role to transmute it, alchemize, transform that energy. That energy gives life, new life, to existing beings and new souls on earth. The problem is not that you give too much negativity to earth. The problem is that you do not give enough. You do not connect enough with earth as a human race. So the more of you that do this on a daily basis, the stronger earth becomes, the more connected you feel, the more rewarded you feel for connecting and releasing. And it is not just you dumping into Mother Earth. You're also opening yourself up to receive your remembrance, your ancient wisdom. Many of you have even stored your own wisdom from past lives into the very soil beneath your homes and where you reside. Allow this to filter up, permeate back up into you. Open yourself up to receive when you walk barefoot on the ground, sand, water, earth, stone, or simply by sitting and meditating for a few minutes, remembering the connection with earth. That is all for now. I hand you over to Jon. I love you. I love you all. Thank you, Mother Gaia. Okay, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. There's a lot there. I did remember the question some of you have asked about, releasing energy into the ground, and I was asking Mother Gaia about that just before we started. So thank you for your question. So there's also a message from my spirit guides, and that was really beautiful. And I haven't asked the Galactic Federation about it, so let's ask my spirit guides a bit more. And I'd like to especially through August, with this ask of my spirit guides, to understand more about the roller coaster that we're experiencing. I know we're in the 7th of August, but it's still a big month, and there's a lot for us to continue to happen. And I can see in your questions as well as I glance through them that a lot of you are, reporting unusual activity in your local areas, including, tremors and earthquakes. So let's also ask about this. So just bringing in, I'd like to ask, first of all, my spirit guide, Maya, who is an earth elemental. And let's ask for messages for the highest good of all. So thank you, Maya. Maya says, it's working. And it's exciting, right? It's really exciting that your work is helping Earth. And I really hope that you can open your heart to begin to see these tiny effects that each of us are having, both on each other and on the rest of the world. One thing I was delighted to see, for example, today is that you're saying, hello, I'm from, New York, and my name is Bob, and my favorite hobby is cycling. And then other people are reading your comments and saying, hi, I'm Tracy from New Zealand. And just, it's so beautiful seeing you all connecting with each other. And these connections, they don't need to be lifelong friendships, right? They're just when we make a connection and awareness with each other, we're no longer just a faceless subscriber number or a comment, even a comment saying thank you with a username that doesn't tell you much about yourself. It's all about us opening our hearts just a little bit more with each other. And it doesn't need to be much more than that to transform this world. There's this technique I remember hearing. It's a self-defense technique, which is if you're ever feeling in a vulnerable situation, tell someone your name. Tell them, hi, I'm Jon, or hi, I'm Jon Binnie. I don't know if my name will help you, but in these situations where you feel threatened, you can appeal to the humanity in everyone, the love that exists in everyone, and introducing yourself by name is very powerful. It is, our names carry such energetic weight and energy and such force. It's so powerful to do this because we say we're no longer just a random person. And it is one reason I often say my name a lot, is because I want you to know and to connect with that feeling inside of you, that you relate to me as not just that guy from Scotland who looks a bit like he's in his bathroom with a plant behind him and a dog called Patch. It's more than that. I'm Jon Binnie. Hi, I'm Jon. So that's one aspect of this. And then Maya says, you're having an effect on the earth. And this is how to describe it. She's describing this as a calming of our effect. So you and I coming together on these videos and holding space for Mother Gaia. And this means literally creating a safe space and also giving a thought to each other, giving a prayer, if you like. I don't use that word much, but having prayers and thoughts for each other, having meditations and intentions towards each other that are positive with you and I around the world, and then also with the planet. It has a huge effect. So I'm seeing she's showing me the calm waters. And what happens is, what's happening beneath those waters is, earthquake and volcanic activity. And knowing that when this is released, it's like she's showing me that the energy is released and calms quicker. So we're creating an environment with our love energy that allows things to be released and then return back to calm, instead of it just being it's just like it's releasing, oh no, what's happening? And that constant anxiety and constant fear, which I know many people are struggling with right now around the world. So there are two aspects I'd like to give some prayers and thoughts to, and this is especially through these turbulent times in August. And so first of all, and I'm just asking if my guide Maya would like to help guide me through this, or one of my other spirit guides. Yeah, Maya's going to do it. Thank you, Maya. So first of all, let us say a prayer. Let us send our love to those who choose to receive it, who consent to receive it around the world at this time. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, allowing your heart to open up nice and gently. And I imagine my heart just like a Care Bear from the 1980s cartoon, just lighting up my heart, and I'm bringing down a column of source love energy from the highest dimension of source above and streaming it as a constant stream, as a gentle but focused waterfall down through my crown and third eye, throat, and into my heart, and then streaming that energy out of my heart and out of my arms and hands. And please repeat after me. We send love to all the hearts in the world who consent to receive it. We send love to all the hearts in fear at this time who consent to receive it. And as I'm saying these, continue to stream this source love energy through your heart We send love to all beings, to all living things who are in fear, suffering, pain, who choose to receive this love. And then finally, just send out your love all around the surface of the planet to all areas that choose to receive it, and it will serve the highest good of all. And then once you're done, from the center of your heart, just release that energy from source downwards through your solar plexus and your stomach, your sacral chakra and your navel, down to your root chakra at the base of your spine and deep into earth. And just bring your hands back to your heart. Wonderful, well done. And this really has a big effect, so thank you. And then we're also going to spend a couple of minutes on our own safety. So the energy that I feel from the collective at the moment, and from some of you, and we're all part of the collective together, right? That's how it works. Perhaps one way of describing the collective is the way I'm shown so many times in hundreds of client sessions, is that so this varies with each of us and is totally up to each of us. Most of the ratio that I see is about 20% of our consciousness and our emotional energy we contribute to this big collective, so the collective of the earth. So sometimes I imagine this big cloud-like floating energy above the surface of the earth. So it's above all our heads, this collective consciousness. And it's all the thoughts and feelings of every single living thing across this planet. It reminds me of, the Force, or there's like in Star Wars when they say there's a disruption in the Force. It's like this collective feeling. And then the rest of the 80% of our consciousness, we focus on, on ourselves. And so know that about 20% of you is overlapping with the rest of the world. So when you're in love, your 20% is like your vote for love globally, right? You're saying, of all the emotions this collective could choose, I contribute, the option, this frequency of love. And I do feel that we have a conscious awareness of each other. And so even just one or two of us, literally one or two people in a collective consciousness of billions, when we're right up towards the top of that vibration of love and joy and unity, that it creates this awareness, the awareness around the world that, hey, some people are feeling really pretty happy right now. And that's just one example. And I'd like to focus on helping our collective with the feeling of safety. And I feel there are some programs around safety, like constraining beliefs around safety. And so I'd like to also ask my guides for some support with really helping us cultivate our safety. And safety is a feeling, right? So let us focus now. So let's just take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. And asking one of my spirit guides to come forwards. It's my lion guide, Eminshal, and he's got his big lion paw on his heart. It's like, rawr. Thank you, Eminshal. So I'm going to relay these messages from him. Safety is a feeling in your heart to continue to cultivate each day. Let us allow our hearts to gently soften and open. An open heart is a safe heart. You feel safe to transmit and receive love. Then also with your left hand on your heart and now your right hand just over your solar plexus, above your stomach and sternum. Tell your body, we're safe. Body, we're safe. Body, we're safe now. And at very least, for the next 10 minutes. For there's nothing better than safety in the present moment. can't guarantee that we're going to be safe for all our lives. What we can guarantee is that one day this life will end. And we hope that between now and the end of our lives, that we're able to feel as safe as often as we can throughout that journey. A happy, open heart, as you feel it opening up towards the sun, helps you receive this love energy. These resonances, these ascension waves that are flowing through the sun and helping activate all of us, helping us activate our superpowers. This is an intense experience, along with all the earth changes and the chaos that is happening across many institutions and governments, companies, peoples and their lives across this world at this time. Know that you opening your heart has a significant effect on this whole world. Allowing your heart to feel safe. Allowing your body to feel safe now. Heart, we're safe. Heart, we're safe. Heart, we're safe now. And what if it worked out for the best? What about the best case scenario? What about that feeling that Gaia spoke of at the end of the roller coaster ride? What if, turns out, it's all for our highest good? What if we all survive? What if we all have beautiful homes, loved ones, families, lives, all the abundance we need? What if? And just allow yourself to open to that possibility, even if you're not sure about it yet. Remember that the more that you feed this feeling of safety and love within yourself, you're feeding the collective consciousness, you're feeding the earth, you're feeding the world. This is all your divine right and your individual choice. And even if you can just do this for a few seconds each day, maybe even a few more seconds each day, know that you're helping others, you're helping yourself. Wow. Thank you, Em and Shell. And thank you guys for participating. Okay, so let's move on. So there was the messages from the Galactic Federation, because they said in my meditation message this morning, so the "Hi, it's Jon" video, was all about, there's a lot of interest in planet Earth at this time. Why? Why so much interest? We're just a little blue dot in this giant universe. The interest is that, so just like us, right? A lot of you are here because, or one of the reasons why you're here, still watching this video with me, is because there's something about me or my energy or the optimism, the possibility that things could work out better than they were. They can only get better. Oh, I love that song. Because you're matching that frequency, there's this feeling that maybe we can do this. Maybe we can actually pull this off. Maybe we can actually help save planet Earth, save ourselves. And this feeling, it is constantly resonating out from the earth. So we're a big broadcast system, all our hearts. So yes, there's still tons of fear. Yes, there's still lots of challenges for us to face. But know that it only takes a little candle, a little candle light to light up a room of darkness, right? You don't need a lot of light. The good news is we don't need that much light to shift this world dramatically. And it's a cascading effect. The more light we give, the more we ignite the fire. I love that analogy. Little candles lighting a fire and lighting up the room and then lighting up the town and the city and the country and the world. These sparkles of hope, and it's more than hope. It's not just, oh, I hope that happens. It's a knowing. You know that actually your soul's starting to remember, oh yeah, your soul's remembering, I signed up for an incarnation called Jon Binnie, and in that incarnation, we were going to go through hell and back. But when we get off the roller coaster ride, and at points, there's beautiful views when we're up at the highs, and then exhilarating lows and then back up to the highs, and it's up and down and up and down. And then at the end of the ride, it is well worth it. We've transformed this world, a world that we'd actually want to come and reincarnate back into, because I know not many people do. So this energy is resonating out across the universe at this time. So let me ask, they gave me a message about the increased interest in this, the interest in the spark of optimism that exists in more and more hearts across this world. So let me ask one of my mantis guide, Marita's coming forwards. And I keep wanting to introduce more of my spirit guides. We saw Marek, I think maybe in the last video or two, didn't we? My lowest vibration guide. So let me ask and just see what messages my spirit guide Marita has. She's a member of the Galactic Federation also. So she's really funny. She's like, she's been facing planet Earth to my right for ages, and she's been saying, planet Earth, it's a bit of a mess, but it's getting there. It's getting there. And now she turned her back away from Earth, not turning her back on Earth, but she's turning her focus away from Earth out to our solar system, our galaxy, and out across the universe. And she's saying this with such pride. She's saying, look what these guys are doing. She's saying, many of them are literally, and this is what's so impressive about what you guys are doing here on Earth, is for many of these beings that witness what's going on Earth, they see it as a hell on Earth, because the third dimension is so low, is so unhappy compared to where they exist. Many of our galactic brothers and sisters, including out to the Pleiades, Arcturus, Lyra, Orion, like the list goes on and on and on. Even that's just our local neighborhood, right? That we can see in our night sky. They're like fourth, fifth dimension. They're not down here, with their feet on, with their heavy human bodies, stuck to the ground, wandering around, feeling fearful of each other all the time. They're much higher up in their vibration and joy. So they have huge admiration for us, because we came down from those in our starseed lineage, as it's called, or, you don't need to be a star seed, but many of our souls have chosen to come down in these different incarnations to work our way down to Earth, to come and help with this hell on Earth. So my spirit guide, Marita, Mantis Marita, she's saying, look what these guys on Earth are doing. They can be literally in a relative hell on Earth, and they're starting to sparkle. Their hearts are starting to sparkle. They're starting to reconnect more with the Earth. And remember, it doesn't take many of us, right? Just a few makes a huge difference to help light up this world. And as well as this, Marita's not just bragging on our behalf. She's saying to the rest of the universe, if you ever felt that Earth wouldn't survive, well, look what's happening. It will survive. Earth will survive. The human race will survive because of our hearts opening, because of our sparkles in our hearts. It's such a beautiful feeling of pride that she has for us, for you. And just know that today, every day, all your human struggles, it is so greatly appreciated. And it is, I'm gonna start crying. I'm not gonna start crying. As a fellow human, I just want to say, I feel your pain. I feel your struggles. I feel your worries and fears. I feel so much more than I can express. And I can feel you. I can feel you transforming this world. I can feel it. I feel it in my belly. I feel it. And I'm so grateful, because our journeys have never been about a smooth journey. Our journeys here on Earth have never been about, come here and have a nice relaxing time. It's always been about helping transform this world. And so thank you for your service, and thank you for beginning to understand that it doesn't matter that you're having the world's most awful day and that it's another day after another day of this hell on earth. What matters is that in a minute in a day or a second in a day, you're taking a deep breath and choosing to reconnect with your heart and reconnect with the planet. You're perhaps smiling at a stranger or sharing this video with someone, or you're taking a breath for yourself and drinking a bit more water than to make sure you're looking after your body, or you're getting out in nature and touching a tree or reconnecting with the planet. Whatever it is that you're doing for yourself that helps you feel better in that moment, you're shifting this world. I don't know if I've cried in one of these videos before, but I cry a lot. So it's so lovely to be able to express. So thank you. And these are absolutely happy tears and acknowledgement of all the pain and suffering that you guys are going through, and acknowledging that it is recognized, and that it is these challenges that you're going through that you're the ones changing this world. It's you. You're doing it. Okay. So the sun, the sun also wants to have a chat with us. And I'm just being drawn towards a couple of your questions, and which I'll randomly pick. Thank you for them. We've managed to get through 56, answer 56 so far, which is interesting. It always feels like I'm about halfway getting through your questions. I randomly pick them. So thank you. Please do submit them through the website, through my website, jonbinnie.com/YouTube-questions. And it'll say it in the pinned comments as well. So let's ask for messages through August and through into early November from our sun. And the sun is just helping replenish some of my energy. I really felt drained for a moment with the tears releasing. And thank you to Marita for that message. So powerful. The sun is saying, the soul is saying, we're on. we're on right now. And it is intense. Many of us are experiencing pressure on our crown chakra, so on our heads, headaches, third eye pressure. And this is because a lot of the energy comes down first from the sun through the top of our heads. And it's, the sun is, I love this. It's so fascinating hearing this from the sun. The sun is saying, it's not that your bodies can't cope with it. Our human bodies are actually designed to be able to support these upgrades we're going through. And these are upgrades, they're changes in our bodies to be able to support higher vibration. Because we don't, I don't know if it's news to you or not, but newsflash, we don't lose our bodies when we go to the fifth dimension. This is, if we were going to have to lose our bodies, we probably wouldn't be going through all this. We'd be like, whatever, just let the third dimension get destroyed and we'll float up like spirits into the fifth dimension. But the idea is that when we rise up in vibration, we bring our bodies with us. So our bodies become happier and healthier. And I love that Guy is reminding me again about all of the living things on the earth are also the more energetic side of beings such as elemental beings that look after, that look after rivers and energy flows and ley lines that run beneath the earth, and are all the elements, the wind and earth and water and fire and electricity. So this is also a reflection of our own bodies. We have our own, like our body is a team, right? It's a community of all kinds of living things, and there's all together in this harmonious consciousness. Even if you just remember the enzymes and the bacteria that's in your stomach, and digestive systems, like all these aspects of us are alive. We are a microcosm of a culture, of a community of living things. And this is true for Earth as well. So the sun is saying, really focus on your physical happiness. And during these upgrades, whenever you're feeling tense, and especially around the crown and head and third eye, it's a sign for you to rest. So this is not true for everyone all the time, and it's not true for even some of the people some of the time, but it is true for many people during August in particular, when there's more intense solar activities. So this is a pushing of plasma and solar flare energy and ascension waves. And the ascension waves are even broader in frequency. That's why our bodies find it harder to absorb. Any tension that you're feeling, any pressure, it's a sign for you to say, okay, I need rest. Because what you're doing is your body's fighting it. It's like, what is this? What's going on? I just want to get up and do my morning routine. I want to be like I do, go for my morning run, do some yoga, meditation, have my breakfast, do a highest Jon video. This is all parts of my routine. I just want to get on with my life. And I definitely felt that pressure this morning much more intensely. So pay attention to this, how you're feeling, and know that it is your resistance to the changes that are likely what's causing the pressure and discomfort. So the other thing you can do, there's two things I'm being shown by the sun, and it's really fascinating. This is the first time I've heard body advice for a human from the sun, but this is the sun observing what's happening, looking down at us, looking down at planet Earth, at all the little grandchildren of us Earthlings. We're all children of Mother Gaia, and the sun is the parent of Earth. So yeah, the first advice from the sun is to you can place your hands on your head. I'm seeing this. It's really fascinating because sometimes we do this in exasperation, right, or in surprise or shock. And if you place your hands on your head like this and say, body, I'm okay with this. Body, I'm okay with this. Body, I'm okay with this. And then just relax your brain and your head. Perhaps just gently stroke your scalp to soothe your scalp. And imagine your whole head just relaxing, and like you flex a muscle, just allowing yourself just to relax afterwards. So tense and then relax. Tense and relax. Okay? That's good. And then there's another one, and you could do this for any part of your body that's aching, especially when you experience something that's coming and going. And you can look at like Schumann resonances, etc. And I do enjoy those graphs, but they lag behind, and I always want to know now, like what's happening now with those Schumann resonances, because they are parts of the spectrum. They're one part of the spectrum of frequency for ascension waves. And then you can look at those and say, oh yeah, yesterday I was, it was hard for me. So do pay attention to the activity in the sun. That's another indicator that's helpful. And if you start to see some correlations, you start to realize, oh, maybe there's these patterns. So drinking water is also really helpful. Grounding, so walking barefoot on the ground, getting outside, touching trees, recommuning with nature, saying, hello, nature. Hello, I'm here again. Please help me. Give a tree a big hug. Ask permission first. We give a tree a hug. Talk to the tree. Ask for messages. Ask for help with your ascension symptoms. And also, it is funny because both ears are ringing quite loud as well. And one indication of pressure, especially if you've been creating this safe space like I have at the start of our session today, when something tries to attack me or my my energy, if something tries to attack me or it does not comply with my boundaries, like it's not for my highest good, then I feel this pressure and I feel like I'm inside a big balloon and someone's pushing on the balloon. And that's what it feels like to me. And I feel that physically, I'll feel my ears, like I'm on an airplane, like that kind of pressure coming in. So if you ever feel anything like that, it's a good time to reassert your boundaries. And I often just put my arms out like this around my 2-meter golden bubble, and I just say only energies and entities with my permission, my highest good, love and compassion can see me, access me, or exist within this space or within me. All other energies or entities must leave immediately. Or you can do the human thing and maybe just swear at them, right? And just say, use as many Fs as you want and tell them to leave. Okay. So that was one practice. And what was the other practice? Okay, the other practice is to ask for a break. Okay. So the sun is saying, with this practice, if you want a break from your ascension symptoms, you place your hand on your heart and say out loud, Spirit guides, I would like a break from my ascension upgrades for the next, and now insert a time frame. So that time frame could be in the next or for the next 2 hours, 24 hours, 2 days, 2 days and 50 minutes, whatever you choose. Or you might say, until my body is happy and healthy enough. This is a better one. I've never thought of this. The sun is saying, what about just until you're ready again? So you could say out loud, Spirit guides, please give me a break from these ascension symptoms or the ascension upgrades for the next period until my body is fully rested and capable of fully absorbing this energy once more. Ta-da! And it really helps. And I sometimes say that just before I go to sleep at night, because if you notice, like, pay attention to how you feel after your sleep. Yesterday I had a night off Dreamtime missions, and the difference. Oh, my body felt so good. I felt like I had 6 hours sleep. I only sleep about 5, 6, sometimes 7 hours sleep. I'm a great sleeper. I just don't need any more sleep. I just too excited to get up and do this work with you guys. But no, that's all I really need. And it was fascinating because when I've had a night off, I feel 10, 20 times more rested. And so if you've had a period of time where you're waking up and you're feeling tired, then perhaps that night, and I think I'll be doing it tonight because I do feel more tired today. I was definitely on a mission last night. We're doing a lot of international travel in my nighttime missions, which is fascinating. And so there's this feeling tonight. Well, I'll just place my hand on my heart and I'll repeat that same phrase, right? I'll just say, Spirit guides, please give me a break from my ascension upgrades and insert, or any nighttime missions for tonight, until I wake up in the morning. And the reason that you need to, or it's helpful to do this also, is because our guides, the sun, the earth, they're not always paying attention to each of us individually. And in fact, they can't do things to us unless we give permission, right? So as soon as you ask for help, ta-da, you have a much better chance of getting help. Wow. Okay. So let's do a couple of your questions. Thank you to the sun as well. I was really interested in, I keep being drawn to your questions of you guys asking, what about what's happening in what time frames? Again and again and again, this is including from the sun, pay attention to August. Let's focus our energy just now on August and keeping calm through August. So that's why today's video is so much about accepting, yes, there's a lot of chaos, there's earthquakes and weather events and volcano activity. And some of this is accepting, the acceptance that we're on a roller coaster. And when we're on a roller coaster, we're invited to let go. I don't mean take your your seatbelt off or whatever you're strapped in with. But you know that thing, at least when you put up your hands like this and you're like, wah, 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 with your arms up in the air, you know, it's that letting go where you're like, I get that it is an extremely challenging time for many. For those of us that can, that feel safe and blessed enough to be a light for others, stick your hands up in the air and do your best to enjoy as much as you can, even if it's just 1 second of today. It has a massive help for others. Okay, so let's choose a question with my manual beep bop machine. Beep bop, beep bop, beep bop, beep bop, beep bop, beep. So this is from Vanessa Marie, 260. Thank you for your question. It was on the 27th of July. Randomly picked, as you can tell from my incredible beat bops. Hi, Jon. I know you've talked a lot about ascension, and you may have actually covered this. And if you can let me know, I'm just curious how it works. If you ascend and your family members don't, ? Not worried about this. I'm curious about it. I don't share spirituality beliefs with anyone in my family. Most of them would think I was off my rocker. So I wonder how that will work. I really enjoy your channel, and I look forward to all of your posts. And I think you're the only one that starts with a meditation. So it's nice to get that and your channeling all at once, and some sort of smiley face. I don't know why, but the tone of my voice just seemed so dry through that. And yet the energy is lovely, Vanessa. Thank you. So yeah, let me see if I can get one of my guides to help answer this. I do talk a lot about ascension, but let's go to your first question, which is, for example, if you ascend, your family members don't. Okay. So my spirit guide, Maya, she's actually drawing me to a later statement that you make first of all. And that is where you say, I don't share my spirituality beliefs with anyone in my family. So that is almost completely true for me also. I say almost, I'd say my kids are kind of, have definitely had exposure to my work. And so they've probably likely formed some broader experiences from that, and certainly from meditations, the times I meditate with them. So what my spirit guide Maya was saying is that, that feeling where you have a belief about something. So the belief could be as simple as, your belief might be that when you're happy, that you create a happier life for yourself. That your happiness inside affects the outside reality around you, and that the outside reality around you becomes happier. That simple belief, Maya is saying, where people don't agree with that, where that is not their belief system, and where they, and for those that choose not to be happy in the moment, there is a frequency difference between you. So Vanessa or I, if we're feeling happy and high vibration, if we're to go outside right now, this is my garage wall here. If I go out through here feeling very happy, but all the people out there, if they feel really sad, they will ignore me. I'm used to that. I'm not used to them being unhappy, actually, because they're lovely people in the area. Real lovely. I feel really blessed. And so there's this, to the question of if you ascend and your family members don't, well, the distance between you will continue to increase. So as you continue to raise your vibration, Vanessa, and your happiness, your family will be less happy. Now, they don't have to believe in the Jon Binnie version of the universe. They don't have to be spiritual, if you like. It is simply the vibration of their hearts. It's just how happy or not they're feeling. And it's a whole spectrum, right? From shame all the way up to the highest gratitude and love. So wherever you are on that frequency range, I'm just starting with the bit where we're fairly close together, you'll start to become a bit more disconnected from each other and sometimes not even notice each other. And I used to get that a lot with, when I worked at Amazon, I'd be wandering around the corridors and people wouldn't see me. And some people that I'd known for years, and initially I just thought it's because maybe they didn't like me. And then I realized that if I just said hello to them, they were like, "Oh, Jon, you're here." Like I'd materialized out of being a ghost into being a real physical being. And I got that even more of an extreme when I visited them in February, just a year since I'd left, or not quite a year. I left in May, but May last year. But it was so funny going back to the office for a couple of hours because literally I'd sit down at someone's desk, a previous team member's desk, and be like, "Hi, it's Jon," and they're like, "Ah!" It's like, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And it was lovely. They were so happy to see me, and I was so happy to see them. So you can, in other words, these are examples that Maya's showing us that, you can still bridge together. So you can still meet each other especially when you extend love to each other, you can use this love energy to connect between you. Well, let me ask the question the aspect of the question she's not quite got to is, what happens, for example, as we split? So as fifth and third dimensional Earths are, significantly different. And we are, maybe Vanessa, you and I are up in the fifth dimension, and we have family members down in the third dimension. So the first thing she says is, you will be able to look down. I don't fully understand all this yet, but it's something to do with the way our universe was engineered, the way it's designed, is that you can always look down, but you can't always look up. So you can always look down to lower vibrations. So, and she's given me this lovely example. When you're really happy, you can remember what it was like when you're in shame. I remember feeling shame in my period of deepest, darkest shadow work. There's a whole video about that in 2023, at the end of the summer of 2023. I remember that vividly. I can talk about it. I can talk about it in a happy way too. And I can reconnect with that feeling of shame. And it was so isolating, and it felt very dark for several months. If you're interested in that video, just go onto YouTube and look for deepest, darkest shadow work, Jon Binnie. You'll find it easily. It has a picture of like a scary green demon thing on the cover. So there's that. But she says, when you're in shame, so when you're right down at the bottom, you can't remember what it's like to be in joy. And you can't remember happiness. You can't connect up to those high vibrations. So this is an example of where almost the very definition of shame, of the lower vibration of shame, requires you to let go of the memories. You almost become in denial of the love from your loved ones, your own self-love, when you're right down there at the bottom. So what will happen is that you will still, if you're up in the fifth dimension and your family members in the third dimension, they're going to start to lose you. They're going to start to, and I don't have all the answers yet. Let me just see if Maya can give me any further answers. What will our family members in the third dimension experience if we're up in the fifth dimension, Maya? She says it's a real mix. She said for some, we will become she's saying, she's using the words walking ghost. And it feels like there's some kind of like a trace of us still present in the third dimension and an awareness of us. And then she said for others where this is where that kind of walking ghost experience, someone would see the kind of ghost of you up in the fifth dimension. She says that is like when vibrations are closer together. But in others, where it's more extreme, where maybe a family member's right down at the bottom of the third dimension and then up at the top, you're somewhere higher up in the fifth dimension. She's saying for those, they may have even experienced, depending on their timeline, in the third dimension, they may have experienced the death of you or the loss of you, like you just kind of disappear. For some, there'll be actual events and funerals of you dying, and yet you know that you are still physical and you've continued on up in vibration. So it is a different experience for everyone. And yeah, so I hope that answers as much of the question as we can. I know that that's a glimpse into ascension. And I could definitely do another video telling you all the things I've learned about ascension and my own ascension experiences. So that's just a little bit of an introduction. So thank you, Vanessa Marie. That's a fantastic question. And then let's get one more. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Interesting. So this is from Kendra Lesher on the 30th of July. I've been reading about a lot more lightning activity and even strikes of lightning hitting people and also riptides in the ocean. I know these events have always happened, but they seem to be more frequent. Is this part of the purging? Interesting. So let's ask, just opening this question up to my guides, Maya, the sun, and Luna, the moon, to everybody that I've invited in. So just going with the lightning, first of all. Yeah, the lightning is being shown this over voltage and then discharge from clouds. And I have some basic understandings of how lightning works, but this is shown as an overloading energetic release. So when a cloud, for example, can't hold the negative energy of in water, then it expands out into the electrical frequencies, and so these releases are also about grounding negative energy. The lightning also serves a purpose to clear the air. I'm being shown ions in the air, so to help purge the air itself. So yes, lightning activity in general, yes, that's part of the purge. Thank you. I went into that question just not having a feeling for it at all. Okay, so this is from Gaia. She's explaining it. But let me ask about it hitting people and also riptides. Some people, so this may not be the incarnation or the person themselves, but their souls are attracting in some of this lightning to help be a conduit for the energy to release into the earth. And that this excess of negative energy couldn't be fully anchored into earth without it going through a human. Wow. I find that, this is not a pun intended, literally shocking. Okay. And the riptides? Oh, Luna, it's rare that we hear from you, Luna, the moon. Luna's saying, you think that I'm not affected by all this? I'm absolutely affected by it. And she's showing me this pulling effect from the moon, like the moon increasing slightly in distance from the earth, and that pulling away from the earth slightly. So she's showing me that she's on a roller coaster, and she's just saying in those moments where she feels pulled away, and this is due to some of the sun's activity, and then pushed back towards the earth. It's that increase. She says she also knows that she's having an effect on the Pacific tectonic plate. And it reminds me of Linda G's saying, she's saying something similar. Luna is saying, this too will calm over time. So yeah, August is definitely a month of continued exhilaration and excitement. Thank you, Kendra, for your question. Please do keep calm and keep yourself grounded and keep your loved ones close. And it doesn't matter if they believe in any of this stuff or not, right? They're still human. They still deserve to be loved if you love them. And, so much of this journey is us learning to accept all our broad diversity of unique experiences. And you could describe my videos. They're not the universal truth. They're my truth. And if your truth resonates with my truth, then we're like a match. We're like a truth match, a frequency match. And, we can keep going in our universe for as long as we choose, in this reality as much as we choose, and where we share themes with others, co-create those realities together. So know that you're absolutely, as I was crying earlier, I can't believe I cried. I cry a lot in client sessions, not so much in public videos. But yeah, know that you're having a real effect. You're really helping this earth. So thank you. So let's bring our attention back to our hearts, back to our bodies, and thanking our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source and Gaia, and every soul that's participated in today's session. Please remain in your individual protective space for as long as you choose. As I close the session space down, please leave the session space as I return the session space to Source, or never return here again. And just make sure you get plenty of rest and drink as much water as it feels right. And then finally, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, perhaps you'd like to share this mantra in the comments, and that is, I love myself more and more each day. I love myself more and more each day. That's it. I love myself more and more each day. And if you're wondering why I say this, it's not because I'm trying to inflate your ego. It's because I'm trying to help you reconnect with your heart and your own self-love. Your self-love is a gift only you can give to yourself. And in fact, I did release if you look at my newsletter link in my, they used to be called the community page, the post page on my YouTube channel, take a look there and you'll see that what was a premium meditation is now free of charge. And it's all about cultivating your self-love. So do check that out. It's also available on my website under meditations. So look forward to more meditations and more free meditations, if I can say it. Thank you so much, everyone. Sending so much love from Scotland. I love you.